is Ayushi Verma from Investor Learn Academy, and I welcome you all to this channel. In the last video, we talked about the Porter's Five Forces model, the factors affecting each of the competitive force, and how to analyze the stocks with this model. In today's video, we will look at one of the most important financial statements, that is profit and loss statements, which provides information about the financial position of the company. The complete set of financial statements includes the profit and loss account, balance sheet, and cash flow statements. An investor uses financial statements to know about the business, profit and loss, assets, liabilities, cash flows, etc. of a company. The profit and loss statement is also popularly to many names like P&L statement, income statement, statement of operations, and statement of earnings. And it basically tells you that if your company is profitable or not. The P&L statement reports information on the following. First, the revenue of the company for a given period, usually yearly or quarterly, is used for analysis. Second, the expenses incurred. Third, the taxes and depreciation. And fourth, the earnings per share number. If the net income number is positive, the company is profitable during that period of time, and if it is negative, your business was operating at a loss, and which is why it is called a profit and loss statement. The net profit can be calculated as follows, where you can see net profit equals to revenue minus total expenses, where the revenue includes all your sales and expenses, include things like direct cost, salaries, lease, supplies, interest, and taxes. Now let's understand what are the components of P&L statement. Depending on the type of business and nature of operation, the components of an income statement may vary. However, the most common elements of the income statement includes the following. First, revenue or total sales. Second, expenses, that is the cost of goods sold. Third, gross margin. Fourth, operating profit. Fifth, interest expense. Sixth, depreciation. Seventh, other income. Eighth, taxes. Ninth, net profit. Now let us understand each one of them in detail and see how you can analyze or read the profit and loss statement. Now here is the P&L statement of Amara Raja Batteries Limited. Now let's understand each column in detail. First, revenue or total sales. Revenue, also called the top line of the profit and loss, and it is the total amount of sales made by a company during a given period of time. So if you are looking at the income statement of the past year, then the revenue heading will tell you about the amount of sales that the company has made over a period of time. Second, cost of goods sold. It can be defined as the direct cost involved with the sale of products to generate earnings or revenues. Cost of goods sold is also known as cost of sales if the firm is service oriented. Some examples of the direct cost includes the labor, raw material, expense allocation, etc. Companies from different industries and sectors can have different headings and subheadings. For example, a bank does not sell goods. Hence, its expenses are not the cost of goods sold, but the cost of financing. Third, gross margin. Gross margin tells you how much money you have left over to cover your expenses after you have covered the cost of a product or service you are selling. It can be calculated when you subtract your direct cost from your revenue. The gross margin percentage represents that this number as a percentage. Higher the number, higher it is better. Fourth, operating profit. If you deduct expenses from the revenue, you get the operating profit of the company. So if the company earned, let's say, rupees 5 lakhs in revenue and incurred an expense of, let's say, 2.5 lakhs, then its operating profit would be 2.5 lakhs. The nature of the expense includes the rent, salaries, benefits, marketing expenses, R&D expenses, utilities, etc. However, the interest that you pay on loans or taxes, that is not included here. It is important to remember that you deduct only those expenses that were used for the company's operation. It can be calculated when you subtract the expenses from the direct cost. Fifth point, interest expense. Sometimes a company needs to take loan for its operations. This can be from a financial institution like a bank, NBFC, or any other entity. Being a loan, the company needs to pay interest on it. This is the interest expense of the company. So if a company has taken a loan of, let's say, 5 lakhs of rupees at a rate of interest of 10% per annum, then it has an interest expense of 50,000 per year. If the company doesn't have any debt, then this section will be 0. While assessing a company's income statement, it is important to see if the company's debt is constantly increasing, as this can impact its profits. So higher the debt, higher will be the interest expense amount. 6. Depreciation. Every profit and loss statement has a section called depreciation. Technically, depreciation is a non-cash expense. As the name suggests, depreciation means the reduction in the value of assets over a period of time. Assets like vehicles, large piece of equipment loses their value or they depreciate. Let's look at a simple calculation. Let's say the machine loses its value in 10 years and that depreciates 10% in value every year. Therefore, the depreciation of the machine will be 10,000 per year. Now you need to deduct this amount from the profit amount. Therefore, in the following example, which we have already seen in the previous points, where the revenue was 5 lakhs of rupees, expenses was 2.5 lakhs, interest expenses 50,000 per year, and depreciation, that is 10,000 per year. Hence, your operating profit can be calculated as follows with this formula, and the amount that came out to be is 1.9 lakhs of rupees. 7. Other income. As an investor, it is important to pay attention to this segment. A fundamentally strong company is one that earns profit from its core businesses. However, there can be times when a company shows profit due to the other income avenues while its core business is suffering losses. This is a red flag. If you see this in the income statement of a company, then ensure that you investigate further before investing. 8. Taxes. Any taxes that you pay or expect to pay on your sales that can be added here. 9th. Net profit. It is also known as net income or net earnings, and it is the bottom line of the whole picture. You started with your revenue as your top line and then subtracted certain costs such as direct cost, operating expenses, and so on. What is the leftover is your profit, and potentially your loss is if you ended up spending more than you earned. Now let's understand the significance of income statement. A company's income statement provides a systematic report of all the revenue earned and expenses incurred by a company within a specific period. The following pointers highlight the significance of the income statement accounts. First, it serves as a basis to both cash flow and balance sheet. Second, it helps shareholders gain a useful idea about a firm's operational efficiency and management. Third, the statement helps financial analysts and investors to identify underperforming sectors and poor performing companies in a given industry. Fourth, an income statement offers a detailed account of how a firm's realized net revenue gets converted into net earnings. Fifth, it helps to classify revenue and expense and better and allows firm owners to review their financial standing and business operations at regular intervals. Now, hopefully the P&L statement looked more meaningful to you by now. We will see you next Monday with a new topic. So till then, happy learning and be safe.